My name is Eleanor Price, and I'm 88 years old. I woke up this morning with the same thought I've been having more often lately, which is that I lived my life loving people from a distance, and I didn't understand what that meant until there wasn't much life left to live. I'm not telling this because I want forgiveness or praise. Most of the people I'm talking about are gone. I'm saying it because when you get to this age, the past stops being something you visit and starts being the room you sit in all day. And some truths don't let you rest until you say them out loud. I live alone now. A small apartment with thin walls and a view of a parking lot. I can hear the neighbor's television through the wall most nights. I keep it on sometimes just to feel like there's another person breathing nearby. I used to think I liked quiet. I used to say I needed space. What I really needed and never learned how to ask for was closeness without pressure. So I stayed a step back from the people who loved me, close enough to be seen, far enough to stay untouched. At 88, you don't have many illusions left. You stop lying to yourself because it takes too much energy. You look at things as they are or as they were, and you understand that some mistakes don't announce themselves. They arrive politely. They wait. I didn't ruin my life. I didn't make terrible choices. That's the hardest part. Everything I did made sense at the time. I worked hard. I showed up. I paid my bills. I raised a child. I was reliable. People trusted me. If you asked anyone back then, they would have said I was a good woman. I just wasn't a close one. When I was younger, in my 20s and 30s, I thought love was something you proved by being steady. I thought if I kept things running smoothly, if I didn't cause trouble, if I didn't ask for too much, that was love. I thought intensity was immature. I thought distance was dignity. I grew up in a house where feelings were kept tidy. We didn't shout, we didn't cry openly. My mother believed in composure, my father believed in silence. If something hurt, you swallowed it and carried on. No one ever said they loved me, not in so many words, but they stayed. And I learned to confuse staying with loving. I married at 24. His name was Robert. He was kind, predictable, and careful with money. He liked routines. So did I. We fit together the way furniture fits into a room you don't plan to rearrange. We never fought loudly. We never slammed doors. We also never talked about the things that mattered most. We discussed groceries, repairs, schedules. When something bothered one of us, we let it pass. We were very good at letting things pass. I told myself that was maturity. When our son was born, I loved him immediately. I know that because I remember the fear. Fear comes from love. I held him and promised myself I would do everything right. I did most things right. I fed him, I clothed him, I took him to school. I showed up for parent meetings. I helped with homework. I kept him safe. What I didn't do was let him see me unsure or scared or deeply moved. I thought I was protecting him. I thought children needed strong parents. He learned early that I was always there, but never vulnerable. When he fell and scraped his knee, I cleaned it and told him he was okay. I didn't sit with him on the floor and let him cry longer than necessary. When he was sad, I tried to fix it quickly. I didn't know how to just stay. I was efficient with love. As the years went on, I stayed busy. That's what people did. I worked at the same office for decades. Accounting. Numbers made sense. Numbers didn't need reassurance. I told myself I was tired, that I would connect more later, that there would be time when things slowed down. Things never slow down when you're waiting for them to. My friendships were polite. I remembered birthdays. I sent cards. I made casseroles when someone was sick. I didn't call just to say I missed someone. I didn't know how to say that without feeling foolish. I believed that if someone needed me, they would ask. They rarely did. My husband and I grew older together without growing closer. We shared a house, then silence, then separate rooms. not out of anger, out of habit. When he died, I was sad, but I wasn't shattered. That's something I still struggle to admit. I mourned him the way you mourn a long routine ending. I missed the familiarity more than the man. I thought something was wrong with me. People brought food. They hugged me. They said all the right things. I thanked them and went back to my quiet. After the funeral, I remember standing in the kitchen and realizing that no one really knew how lonely I already was. Not even me. My son grew up and moved away. He called on holidays. He visited when he could. He was kind, but distant in a way that felt familiar. I told myself that was normal. Children leave. Lives get busy. I didn't notice how rarely I reached for him first. Years passed like that. Peaceful, orderly, empty in ways I didn't have language for. It wasn't one big regret. It was a collection of small absences. The dinner invitations I declined because I was tired. The phone calls I meant to return and didn't. The moments when someone leaned toward me emotionally and I leaned back just a little. I told myself I valued independence. What I valued was control. If I stayed a step away, no one could disappoint me. No one could ask for more than I could give. No one could see the parts of me that felt uncertain or afraid. I didn't realize I was teaching people how far they were allowed to come. The turning point wasn't dramatic. It rarely is. I was in my late 70s when I fell and broke my hip. A stupid thing, a loose rug. Suddenly, I was the one needing help. My son came and stayed for a week. He cooked, he cleaned, he helped me shower. He was gentle in a way that surprised me. One night, he sat at the edge of my bed and said, "Mom, you don't have to be so strong all the time." I didn't know what to say. I laughed it off, changed the subject. But after he left, the sentence stayed. "You don't have to be so strong." I realized then that I had mistaken strength for distance. I had thought being composed meant being contained. I had thought love was best kept neat. Recovery was slow, so was thinking. When you're forced to sit still, memories come whether you invite them or not. I remembered my mother in her kitchen, never sitting down. I remembered my father reading the paper, unreachable. I remembered learning early how not to need too much. I saw how I had passed that lesson on. The real clarity came later when my closest friend, Margaret, died. We had known each other for 40 years. Weekly lunches, holiday cards, casual affection. At her funeral, her daughter spoke about her mother. She talked about late-night talks, shared fears, laughter I had never seen. I realized then that I had known Margaret the way you know a neighbor's house from the outside. I went home and cried harder than I had in years, not just for her, for the version of our friendship that never existed because I never let it. That's when the truth finally settled in. I loved people, deeply, but from a distance that kept me safe and kept them alone. Now, at 88, I see what can't be fixed. I can't go back and sit longer with my son when he was small. I can't lean into my husband and ask him what he needed. I can't call my parents and tell them I was afraid too. Time doesn't negotiate. People think regret is loud. It isn't. It's quiet and steady. It shows up when there's nothing left to distract you. I don't hate my life. I'm grateful for many things. I had stability. I had health longer than most. I wasn't cruel or careless. I was just absent in small, important ways. If you're listening to this and you're younger, I don't want to tell you what to do. I don't know your life. I only know mine. I know that waiting to feel ready is a good way to miss your chance. I know that love doesn't stay warm on its own. I know that people don't need perfection. They need presence. You don't have to perform intimacy. You just have to stay. I wish I had known that closeness isn't something you earn after you've finished everything else. It's the thing that gives the rest of it meaning. Now my days are slow. I watch the light move across the floor. I think about faces more than events. I call my son more often. We talk awkwardly sometimes. We're learning each other late. It's not ideal. It's what we have. When I tell him I love him now, it feels both good and heavy, like lifting something I should have been carrying all along. I don't expect to be remembered by many people. That's all right. I just hope the ones who do remember me felt something real, even if it came late. I have limited time left. I know that. There's a clarity in that too. If this meant something to you, sit with it, that's all. Sit with it longer than feels efficient. I'm Eleanor. I'm 88 years old, and this is the truth I finally had the courage to say when there was nothing left to protect.